Hi, this is Tara with Tara's Tips, terrific ink, paper, and stamps. And today I want to show you how to make this envelope flap card using the two-tone Flora bundle. It also uses the Dainty Delight celebration paper that you can't get anymore, but I still wanted to show you this fold. It was, I had done it for some workshops during celebration, and I just hadn't gotten to film the video yet because I had some sick kiddos at home, so it's not easy to film a video at home with 4 kids in the house. So this is the card, and I've done the envelope here. So we're going to get started. The card base is 8 by 5 1/4, and it's scored at 4 inches. The bottom piece of Gorgeous Grape is 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. And then our piece of designer paper is 4 by 4, and I've already scored that on the diagonal. And if you wanted, you could put it this way as well, but I chose this way to bring in all the colors of my card. So first I am going to stamp. Actually, first I'm going to show you the stamp set. This is the two-tone Flora stamp set, and then these are the dies that you get along with it if you buy the whole bundle. And this detailed die cuts out a piece like that, and that would be pretty on top of either designer paper or just regular cardstock. It's pretty, and you could put a sentiment on it and have like a wedding card, a birthday card, but it's very elegant just like that. So I'm going to pull in a piece of scrap paper quick here to stamp our, this is my fresh Freesia Stampin' Spot. We're going to stamp our little detailed flower. And we got to remember that when the envelope flap comes down, it comes down over the opening. So this is our top. So we want to stamp. So this is the top, this is the bottom. And you can fill this up as much or as little as you want to. And this we can actually even go over because the back side of that is going to be glued down to our Gorgeous Grape panel. And I think that looks nice. So we're going to bring our piece of designer paper back in. And you'll notice it hangs over the edge a little bit on either side, and that's okay. You could do a 3 3/4 inch square, fold it in half, but if you don't get it perfectly, then it doesn't always line up good, so I would rather have just a little bit extra to cut off the edges and have it go that way. So we're going to bring in our glue. And we're going to pull this scrap out of the way. Okay, so we are going to glue, and I'm using my multi-purpose liquid glue in my fine tip bottle. And we're just going to glue the back of that. Here, put that in there. And I've got glue coming up. I don't want it up that far. And you just want to make sure you can shut your card good, and you don't have it the card up too far against your seam or your fold. Okay, so that's that. We're going to cut off the extra bits. And then we're ready to glue that right onto our card base. Okay, so we've got a strip of Petal Pink that's 1 1/2 by 5 1/4, and the Gorgeous Grape is 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. And we are going to run this through our die cut and emboss machine, the Baby Boss. And we are going to use the Elegant Eucalyptus embossing folder. So I'm going to run that through. Actually, I'm going to show you how I lined it up. The important part is to get this and this in the center there. And I'm going to move it to about level with that line. And then we're just going to make our sandwich and run that through. I'll be right back. Okay, so we're just going to glue this onto the Gorgeous Grape. I'll put a little extra since it's embossed. Okay, and we're going to glue that onto the front of our card. And we're going to go up maybe 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch from the bottom. We want this to come down here. About like that. Okay, and I cut out with the Something Fancy dies, the smallest label here, and I just want that to go over the center, so that's kind of how I got how far up I wanted to come on the bottom of my cardstock. And I also cut out the flower here, and I'm going to use my Stamparatus to stamp that. So I'm going to lay my flower in there, and I'm going to stamp the detailed flower with the Gorgeous Grape. And then we're going to bring in our solid image. We are going to ink that up with the fresh Freesia. So you've got your pretty flower there. Okay, and then our inside piece of Gorgeous Grape is 3 3/4 by 5. I cut it out with the stitched rectangles because this part isn't going to be seen, the inside part. So a lot of times I cut out sections that aren't going to be seen because this is going to get covered up like this. Or if I wanted to, I could take this frame and put the white down first and the purple over top, and then have a stitched frame around. And I'm going to come in with my next smaller set of flowers and stamp that onto my inside piece. So I'm just inking up. And actually I shouldn't be inking up this one first because I found that it seems to work better if you've done your detailed piece first. So I'm going to pull this out of the way here. And then to line up the flower, you just kind of line it up with that center bit and the center little there. And then just kind of look at the rest to see if it's matching up. And there you go. And I am going to do that once again on my envelope. Yep, and I didn't get that that center. I'm just going to bring my scrap paper in because my hangs off the edge there a little bit. Okay, so there we go. And I decided to leave this card blank because I wasn't sure what sentiment I wanted to put in it, and I figured we could put whatever sentiment we needed to when the time came, or you can just write whatever in it that you need to. So I'm going to glue my inside in. And we are going to finish the rest of our card. I'm going to bring in some of the double-sized tape, the Seal Plus. Or, no, it's not this. Yes, it is the Seal Plus, because that's what I have. Because I usually don't like the double-sided tape as much, so I just got the Plus for the extra hold on stuff. And I just have a little piece of the fresh Freesia ribbon. And then I'm going to glue my flower on, taking care not to glue at the very top and the very bottom because I don't want the glue off the purple. Okay, and then I want to pop this up on dimensionals so that the flap slides behind the purple. And rather than guess on the back of my purple where I need my dimensionals, I'm going to pull this aside and put the dimensionals right around my flap. Okay, when you use all your dimensionals, don't throw this part away because you can either cut into it this way or you can make strips out of the minis for if you have cards that you want strips of foam. So I always save this and use it. Don't throw it away. Okay, we're going to come back in and put that. Actually, I want to bring it down just a little bit so I'm centered in my petal pink. Okay, so there you've got it, the envelope flap card. It's not hard to make at all. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, if you would like to do that, hit the subscribe button and let me know what you think of this card. All right, thanks for watching. Until next time.